When I look at the trucks of animals with their eyes looking out the holes in the truck going off to slaughter, and then I think to the photographs I've seen and the film I've seen of the Jews going off to concentration camps, the expressions on the faces are the same, the eyes are the same.
You know, just because you can't change everything doesn't mean you shouldn't try to change anything. And I think being vegan is your everyday statement that things are not right in the world. The reality is that we come in all walks of life. I'm 6'4", 220, I can bench press 300 pounds. You know, very often the media, when they're portraying veganism, gets it wrong. And I think it's a very misunderstood lifestyle. I think if you meet a vegan, we're not all, you know, granola munching hippies.
The idea of vegan and somebody that cares about compassion and suffering to other beings makes people that aren't on that road feel that they're bad people. They've turned veganism into a dirty word, let's say, because it makes them feel uncomfortable. And so if you make fun of who's making you feel uncomfortable, then you feel better. So to degrade veganism in that way just makes everybody else feel legitimate in continuing to consume animals.
They took the babies away from their mothers and they were putting them in different trucks, and the cows were just screaming and mooing and bellowing, and the babies were crying for their mothers, and it was just horrific. And I just had never thought about what was going to happen with all these cows that I had made friends with.
We're not hearing enough about how the consumption of animals and their products are killing us, killing the planet, and killing billions of animals every year. And animals are seen as exploitable things. It's essentially like a rigged card game. It's tough to balance the interests of exploitable things against the interests of profit when you live in a capitalist society.
Terms like free range, organic, cage-free, all of that are marketing tools. Just because an animal is in a situation where they're not suffering while they're being raised, they all end up in the same kill line. No matter how they were raised, that ending doesn't change. Animals do know when they're going to be killed. They do feel pain and they suffer. These animals, they're all the same. It's just their misfortune that they're put in a category of animals we eat as opposed to animals that we love and protect.
Anytime you tell people they shouldn't be doing something, it's not good for them, it's seen as this personal attack on freedom. If you take the concerns of animals seriously, the first thing you have to do is stop eating them. There's no question about that in my mind. I think it's easy to make fun of a misunderstood group. People, again, feel sometimes uncomfortable around vegans. They think that they're know-it-alls or they're elitist. I think the reality is that there's nothing elitist about taking the concerns of your health and the planet and of animals into account with our lifestyle choices. And I think it's elitist, really, to think that you can abuse your own health, abuse the planet, and abuse animals just to satisfy your palate pleasure, for convenience, and for tradition.
It's just a matter of getting people to accept that it's all the same in terms of the suffering of animals, and to realize that there's just different things that wake different people up at different times in their life. But what I try to do is show people how much I have in common with them. In other words, I'll say to somebody, do you have any companion animals or pets at home? And once they tell me that they do, or that they love animals, then I just say, you know what? We're more alike than we're different. The only difference is that I've extended my circle of compassion to include different animals.
Exploitation is exploitation. And if you're going to advocate for anything, you should be advocating for veganism. Support organizations that seek to shift the paradigm away from animals as exploitable things and towards animals as moral persons.
Don't stop pushing, don't stop trying. We are making progress and the animals need us. These animals have no voice. We're the voice for them. So just stick with it. We're making progress. Do what you can. Take your skill set, whatever you're good at, and use it to help animals. Go vegan!